Hey, headed to the doctor for my 23-week appointment. Just started month 6 on Saturday. Today is Wednesday, so I'm 23 weeks and 4 days. Every Saturday starts a new week. So I'm really excited to be in month 6. Now, my pregnancy hasn't really it's been uneventful, as all of them have been. So I can't really complain. It's just, for me, the anticipation keeps building up. Time is really moving quickly. It feels like time is moving really quickly for me, especially being at home and, not working. It feels like the week is moving really fast, but as far as my pregnancy is concerned, it feels like time is moving really, really slowly. But, that's how it is. I feel like a kid waiting for Christmas. I remember in the beginning, I would check, my app, my pregnancy app. I think what to expect when you're expecting. I would check the app literally like every day. And then there was another app called See Baby, I think, where you can actually see what a baby looks like in utero, which was really cool. But now I've reached all the milestones. So I really don't get on the app that much, maybe every couple of weeks. And now it's just a waiting game. We're just waiting for her to fully develop and be ready to be born. But she's kicking. I mean, she's pretty strong. She's kicking all over the place. And I think for me, once I reach that point, I'm like, okay, you're okay. Then once we reach, week 22, 23, viability increases significantly if there were a preterm delivery. So the worry is less and less significant for me. So I'm just so excited. I can feel her inside. I think the next milestone could possibly be seeing a footprint, touching, different body parts, being able to identify those body parts. But that's coming very soon. So I've already started preparing. I really feel like nesting is kicking in pretty strong. I've been on top of the kids a lot about cleaning up. I'm already thinking about a baby putting things in their mouth. And so I'm just using this time to really prepare. We're ready ahead of time. As I mentioned previously, God has just been preparing me all in a lot of parts of my life. What is that phrase? Be ready so you don't have to get ready. Is that right? Did I say that right? Basically, be prepared before things happen so that when things happen, you're already prepared. That's a huge lesson I learned. And if you go back to my previous video, then you'll get kind of a better understanding of, how God was preparing me or has been preparing me for this season. Not just unemployment, but parenthood, being a better wife, being a better mother. So yeah, there's been a lot of preparation going on. So I'm definitely nesting. Having ADHD, I'm more on the messy side, but I just find myself, I'm throwing paper away, old files, old clothes, going through the kids' closets. It's just, I would say instinctual now, or it's not instinctual. I would say it's slightly on the verge of impulsive. Once I get started, it's hard for me to stop. I exhaust myself. And I'm really trying to be mindful of that, but it's really, really hard because it's just like everything in me is causing me to prepare. I bought cloth diapers already. I'm pretty sure I have enough. I'm just waiting for my last shipment of covers and pads to come in, and I'll show those once everything has been prepared. I'll show what I have. But they should last from birth to potty training. It is an initial investment up front, But diapers these days are crazy expensive, and pull-ups are crazy expensive, and being unemployed, I just felt like that was an unnecessary expense. I'm home, I've done it before. I don't mind cloth diapering. It's really not that big of a deal. I've already started looking at clothes. The hardest thing for me is clothes, because my experience has been that the kids outgrow their 0 to 3 months really quickly. So I'm not even going to get 0 to 3 months. I'm going to get, just enough for her to be in the house. We'll probably be in the house for the first at least month. If I can do 6 weeks in the house, 6 weeks, especially with COVID and RSV, this virus that's going around. So I'm not in any hurry to take her out anywhere that's super populated. So by the time that happens, she'll probably be out of 3 months. But this is a different baby. I'm having a new baby with a new spouse, so that different combination of genes, she could be petite. You never know. But it's just been my experience that 0 to 3 months isn't worth it. So I see all these cute little outfits, and 3 to 6 months lasts a little bit longer, but not that much longer, so how many outfits do I buy? And should I just stick with onesies? We're usually in the house, so I just want to be practical and not go overboard. But diapers was the biggest thing for me, and then just go from there. But I am looking at my diaper bag now, and typically I haven't had any complications giving birth. Sonnet was an epidural, and the other 3 were natural. Katie was a home birth. That was a beautiful experience, by the way. That was really an amazing experience. I felt like I recovered faster because I was at home. I was comfortable. I had all the food and snacks that I wanted. I could just get up and go to my bathroom, get in my bed, watch my TV, and not have to transition to home. So I felt like that was a really, really amazing experience. And if I could do that again, I would. I just don't feel comfortable at my age, in case there are complications. It's just not something that I want to even deal with or think about the possibilities that could happen at home in the different scenarios. But this hospital that we're going to be delivering at is supposed to be really, really nice. I think that the kids can even room with me. It's a large space. As far as I know, I've done a virtual tour. The next time that Damien is off work, I think we're going to take a tour. So that will be really, really nice. I want them to be there for the birthing experience, to see their little sister being born. For once, all 3 children are excited about having a sibling. When Sonnet wanted a sibling. Then we had Cadence. She wasn't, it was like, oh, but I'm not the only child anymore, and now I have to share attention. Sonnet would have been very happy to have been the only child. And then Cadence, she's not thinking about anybody. Cadence is really like the lone wolf. So when Jeffrey came along, it was just like, all right, whatever, But when they were little, they played together a lot, and now they just beef. They have such similar personalities that they clash. They bump heads all the time. And it's just like my aunt and my uncle. I think it's hilarious that they're basically like my aunt and my uncle. My grandma had 3 girls and a boy, and in the same order that I had 3 girls and a boy. And they bump heads the same way my aunt and uncle did. Riley is very excited. What's funny is before I got pregnant, Riley was like, I don't want a sibling. I'm fine. I want to be the youngest. I'm the baby. I don't want any responsibilities. But around the time that I got pregnant, before I even told her, one day she just came to me and said, I want to have a sibling. I want you to have a baby. And I was like, well, friend, you're in luck. And she has been very excited. Everybody's excited. Sonnet is talking about all the outfits that she's gonna buy. I mean, Sonnet is low key, like, she's 19 years old. I have a 19-year-old and I'm about to have a newborn baby, and so she is like big sister mom, and that's how really all the kids see her. Like, she fusses at him just like I fuss at him, you know. She goes in on him, and she, you know, she's a mama bear. You know, she can mess with her siblings, but if anybody else, she would put her life on the line for her siblings. She does not play. She makes sure that I eat and take my vitamins and all that. So it's really, really nice that everybody is excited about the new addition to the family. It feels good. And it just makes me look forward to the big day even more. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on the hospital bag. It's basically like a weekender bag, so I can reuse it when Damien and I go on trips, or when, you know, as a family we go on short trips. I think I'll just review everything in another video as the time gets closer, and I don't know, see what else I might be missing for that bag. These 6-month appointments, I feel like they're kind of low-key a waste of time. I mean, people need to go to the doctor, you know, especially if there's complications or if you're high risk. But for me, I'm literally in there like 10 minutes and then I'm out. I know we're going to get to the point where I get tested for diabetes and stuff like that, but other than that, it's like for the past three appointments, it's like, bro, I'm burning up all this gas. I'm not here but like 15 minutes. So they have to get done. And it's an excuse for me to get out, you know, get some time away from home, get some lunch, and just have a little bit of me time before I'm exhausted and ready to take a nap and get back in the house. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. While I drive to the doctor's office, I still have 20 more minutes to go on this drive. All right, well, I just got out of my appointment, and it was pretty routine. I, was in there maybe 7 minutes. So, then, like I said before, the next appointment is when we start doing some blood work, just routine blood work. And I believe I have to drink something to test for diabetes, maybe gestational diabetes. I think that's what it tests for. Everything feels so new. My youngest is 10, so I don't really remember, all these aches and pains that come along with being pregnant. This time around, the only thing that's really different is I'm not as hungry as I used to be, or I'm not as hungry as I was in previous pregnancies. And sometimes I feel out of breath, like I'm getting ready to hyperventilate or something like that, but I haven't passed out. I feel a couple of times I have felt like I was on the verge of passing out, but I've never passed out, which is good. Yeah, other than that, everything is pretty much the same. So that's good. Everything is going well and it's pretty routine. So now I need to figure out where I'm going to eat. So I think it's between maybe two places. I love pad thai. But most places that make pad thai is trash. But there's this one place that's pretty good. So I'm thinking about going there. I'm originally from DC, the DMV area. So there's this place in Rockville. Is it Rockville? I don't even remember anymore. It was called Joe's Noodle House. And my mom started taking me there from the time I was maybe 4 up until I was 19, 20 years old. And it felt so good to come in there, especially after, maybe a year of not going in there. And I would go in there and they would say, hey, how's your mom? And everything like that. And that felt so good. Those are some of the things I miss about home. North Carolina doesn't really feel like home. It just feels like, where I'm at. So, what are we going to eat? There's one place called Korean Kitchen that they have the best Korean fried chicken. Now, there's this whole debate about Korean fried chicken versus black people's fried chicken. It's not even a comparison because, this place is not a comparison because they put sauce. They sauce their wings. But I will say, the crisp factor, the crisp factor is out of this world. And to be honest, I wouldn't even want black fried chicken. I wouldn't even want my chicken to be that crispy. But for Korean fried chicken and the sauce, it's their level. They're on the same level. They're not competing, but they're equal. The crispiness, the chicken always comes out hot. That I've been thinking about going there. They also have a short rib stew that I always get. It's like short ribs, noodles, and stuff like that. But then there's this new Indian place. It's fairly new. That's around the corner. So I'm trying to see, what I have a taste for. I don't know. What do you think I should get? What would you get? Indian or Korean? The stew is huge. The bowl is huge. I'm going to have a lot of food left over. That's a plus. Every time I go to an Indian restaurant, the serving sizes are pretty big. I don't know. You'll just have to see. It's going to be a surprise. We'll see what I get. So I finally decided on Korean Kitchen. And man, they never fail to please. I'm going to show you. I got spicy galbitang, some pork spring rolls, and of course I got the chicken. I got 6 wings, I think soy garlic. Bruh, look at all this food. And then of course the meal wouldn't be complete without some apps. I love their kimchi and marinated veggies. This thing was boiling when I first came out. It's awesome. It looks amazing. I love eating here every single time. I want you to see the chicken. That looks so amazing. It's so crispy. I'm definitely going to need a to-go box for all of this, but I'm definitely going to enjoy myself while I can. And you know what? Honestly, this is the first time I've been out by myself in a really, really long time. Not that I've necessarily had a desire to, but yeah, I think I'm really starting to understand that we're about to have a baby soon, and I'm really not going to have any time to myself, like even to go to the bathroom by myself. Those days are soon upon me, so I'm definitely enjoying myself. I have my book here. The place isn't packed, so I don't feel guilty about taking my time. Let's see if you can understand what's going on with this chicken. Let's see if you can understand this chicken situation. So you can hear the crunch. Let's try it. It's super hot. don't think this microphone is going to do it justice. I really don't. It's crispy, but it's not heavy. The sauce, I believe, is homemade because I'm seeing little pieces of garlic on the tray. It's so good, and even when you take it home and put it in the refrigerator for a couple of days and you reheat it, it comes out so crispy, especially in an air fryer. I thought I was just going to bite into it, but now I have to finish this. I gotta finish this piece. So this is like a good way to recharge, you know, before I go back home. Not that I'm feeling stressed out or anything, but sometimes you need to recharge and you don't even know that you need to recharge, you know. Really trying to take care of myself more, as well as continue to take care of other people. So this is one of the things that I like to do. I'm a foodie. I got Damien something to eat from here, so he's taken care of. I'm gonna get to get some carry out. Maybe some personal pan pizzas, or you know, whatever they want. They like Chick-fil-A and stuff. And I'm not cooking tonight, but I will have at least a day or two of snacks to hold me, and I don't feel guilty about it. When my dad found out that I lost my job, he sent me a stack, so I also don't feel guilty because I'm using cash, and I don't know, you know, when's the next time I'm going to be able to do this. So now is as good a time as any. I'm very satisfied with my decision to come here. Some of these appetizers I haven't seen before, so some of these are new. Before I get into my gobby-tongue and my spring rolls, I always love the I just call them marinated green beans. They're still crispy, so I love these. They have a little bit of onion and red pepper, red bell pepper. They're really good. Don't mind all the lint on my shirt. Mind your business. Well, yeah, these are really good. I'm alright with I'm watching the camera and not watching what I'm picking up, but I'm really a beast with these chopsticks. My server, I think she's part of the owner. I think she has a sister as well. Kept telling me that she brought me a fork. I was like, okay, ma'am, thank you, but I got this. I can do this. Well, yeah, these are really good. I love Korean food because you know you're gonna get some good veggies. Nothing is too greasy or too heavy, but you always get full. And the flavors are different, but not too different. Like these green beans, even though they're still crispy, they taste a little bit like some other green beans. And like a lot of people put onions and peppers in their smothered green beans, so the flavors are familiar but still different. And I love onions. So, okay, next thing, definitely love the kimchi. It's a little spicy, but not too spicy. I tried to get some in the store, but it just doesn't compare. So it's always a treat when I come here and get this. This is new. Are these bamboo shoots? With jalapeno? I don't like jalapenos Not because of the heat, I just don't like the way they taste. But I will try these because I do like bamboo shoots. Or, it's not radish, is it? I don't know. That's good. Hey, I've had these before. This is very similar to the kimchi, but it's cucumbers. Cucumbers. They look like they're well marinated. It's not what I was expecting. It's clearly peppered, but it's very, very sweet. The sauce is lighter. It's more cucumbery flavor with a little bit of spice. Or the kimchi has spice, but some heat as well. Now this one I've never had. It looks like an omelet of some sort, and it has a bunch of veggies in it. That looks good, doesn't it? It's a bunch of stuff in there. Maybe some scallions. Let's see, what is this? I don't know. This one has some red stuff in it. I think it might be peppers. We're gonna check it out. That's good. That's really good. I like that. Is it considered an omelet? It looks like it's folded. It looks like a folded omelet. So, in order of my favorite, green beans are always my favorite. I always finish the green beans. Then kimchi. I think the eggs and the cucumber are a tie. I love spring rolls. I just like how crispy and crunchy they are. I'm gonna eat one and then I'm just gonna get into my spicy galbi-tong. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Every time I come here and get some spice or some heat, my nose starts running. My sinuses clear right up. It reminds me of when I was little and my dad would, I would go over to my dad's for the weekend and I would be sick. He would take care of me so well, but one thing he would do, he would always make me some light soup and banku. And it would be so freaking spicy. And he would make me eat it. Not that I didn't want to, but I wasn't used to all the spice. But he had a way of encouraging me to eat with the promise that I would feel better, and I did every time. I could breathe through my nose, you know, and after a while, your mouth is just numb, and you go through this, it's like, you can taste the flavor of the food, but it's super spicy, so then your mouth feels numb, you can't taste anything because it's just tingling. And then after you kind of settle down a little bit, then you can really taste the flavor of the food again. So that's what I went through as a kid when I was sick at my dad's house. So I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to wipe my nose first of all. I'm going to get into this spicy galbi-tong. And then I'm going to read a little bit. I'm also not going to hold the people here. Like, I get out for a little bit and then, you know, I kind of gotten my fill. I'm ready to go back home and be in my inner sanctum, as I call it. So, you know, I'm almost at the point where I've had my fill of just people and do you have ADHD? Does anybody out there have ADHD that's listening? For me, and I want to know if this has been your experience, but for me, this is socializing. I don't need to be talking to anybody, because with that comes you know, you putting on airs. Oh, they put mushrooms in it this time. I've never had mushrooms in my gobby time. I've never seen them put mushrooms in it. Okay. I'm not really down for all the socializing, like direct contact with people. I mean, it happens, of course, but for me, this is socializing, just being out, you know, and like around people is good enough for me. So I'm telling you, when she brought this out, it was like, it was boiling. It was literally bubbling. It's beautiful. All kinds of veggies. And then it has these noodles. I love these noodles. I don't know what they are, what they're called. Of course, we have some beef in here. But, yeah, this is one of my favorite Korean meals. And I just learned recently that this is, I think it's it was a meal for royalty. It's considered a royal meal. I'm not sure. I mean, I just saw it briefly on the internet, but I think that's kind of fitting. Let me see how spicy it is. I gotta scoot up close now because my belly's in Basically a beef broth. I don't like mushrooms. I said I was gonna try to eat it. I was gonna be good. Thinking of my husband. He encourages me to eat my vegetables. It was just that one in there. I don't see any more. No, bro. See. My breath blew back in my eyes and my eyes are burning. Isn't that crazy? I don't do mushrooms. Except on pizza, bacon, mushrooms, and onions is my go-to pizza. That's like the only type of pizza I really eat, which is funny. This is so good. It's not too spicy, but you know, it's enough to make your nose run. These noodles are so good. I like them a lot. You know what they remind me of? Remember in the Never Ending Story? Was it Atreyu? He was like, I think it was Atreyu. It was these little people. It was like a husband and a wife, right? And they made some soup, and I think it was like noodles or worms or something. That's what it reminds me of. That was a good movie. That's like a good rainy day movie. It was raining the past couple of days. I should have got the kids together and we watched the Never Ending Story series. I think I'm gonna do that next time there's some inclement weather. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. And just as I am enjoying myself, I hope that no matter what you're going through, you find an opportunity to enjoy yourself, enjoy your day, have a moment to yourself, have a moment of joy. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for anybody who watches this video. And I pray that you find something during your day and in your life that you're thankful for, even if times are hard. And so I'll see you next time. Peace out. God bless.